It's not Wednesday, it's Tuesday. Yes, this is me just validating the day of the week. But what it does mean is it's Hawkridge Day. Does anyone else think this is quite a sexual bottle? Now, I feel that's quite a reveal very early on into our conversation. But it's got, yeah, I'm stroking it now and I'm even feeling uncomfortable in my own skin. Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Tonight, finally, it's only taken us about 3 months to get together. We are chatting to Phil from Hawkridge Distillery. Now, Phil's going to tell us a bit about his range, and he has told me, in fact, let's bring you on. Wait there, stay there. He's coming, there he is. Right, so a couple of things. We're on a time limit, aren't we, Phil? Because you don't look like you're in a location that supports children.
No, he doesn't. They're not allowed in here.
But they're pretty close by, right? You've just
far
said
away. Yeah, this is the distillery is next door to the house, so I can jump back in there and put them down.
So children are safe and well, but Dad's busy talking about gin for 20 minutes.
That's fine. Okay. Totally legal.
Okay, that's fine. We're fine with that. Second point, and I realised I didn't say this to you off camera. Quite a sexual bottle.
Well, yeah, it's funny you should say that. Yeah, it's I was blushing a bit off camera when you said that, but the bottle is actually designed around. I mean, the Hawkridge House was the original where the original distillery was. It has a ballroom in it, and when we were thinking of the concept, we were just thinking of, we wanted to design the bottle around the sort of Victorian heritage of that building, and the ballroom. We were thinking of all the antics that would have gone on there in the 19th century. And we modelled that bottle on that it is, it's like quite that sexual shape of a woman, a glamorous woman's Victorian gown. And that's
got corset vibes as well. Yeah, I think that's what it is, isn't it?
Well, it's supposed to be the bust at the top and the waist in the middle, and then the bottom of the dress. It's just, I think it's beautiful.
It is beautiful, and I've also got to apologise because I foolishly, even though it's called Sip and Share, I stupidly shared. Shouldn't ever share. Should only have a bit. Realise it's really good. Keep it to yourself. And I shared it back in January, early February, and look how much I've got left. So
gulped and shared by the look of it.
Blame my friends. Right, tell us about Hawk. I'm going to find a bottle opener. Tell us about Hawkridge Distillery. We've got 20 minutes. We've only got you for a little bit before you have to go and read.
No, that's fine. So we're about 4 years old. So we started, like I mentioned, at Hawkridge House, which is in a little village called Frilsham, just down the road. And it wasn't long that we were in that distillery that we realised it just wasn't suitable for what we wanted. So we moved out of there. But the concept of what we wanted to do with regards to the bottle, the design of it, and the Victorian elements that really, they really define Hawkridge as a gin. We wanted to keep those.
I forgot how nice it is, Phil.
It's absolutely beautiful, and it is very Moorish, which I think is why you guys went through it so quickly. Yeah. But everything about the design, the flavors, they were all based on what you would have found abundantly in a Victorian garden. The design, we just talked about the shape of the bottle, the label, handcrafted, in Victorian design as well. The stopper is designed. That is a custom designed stopper as well. That was the inspiration for that was taken from all the door stops and the doorknobs in the house. Yeah. So there's actually that wasn't the original stopper. We've got the original stopper. We couldn't get the tooling for in time because we launched a version of this through the Craft Gin Club. And we couldn't get the stopper done in time because the tooling was late coming over from, I can't remember which country it was coming from. But we've now got that tooling. So the stopper is going to be upgraded. It's going to have a lovely brass coin set into the top of it as well. So, it's already a super premium gin, but it's going to be even more super premium when that new stopper is put in the top as well. But
very fancy, Phil. Up here we call it fancy.
Proper fancy, yeah.
People will know you, but the things that we haven't said is that people will know Hawkridge Distillery because you have a range that we've had on Sip and Share for ages. Thank you very much. Of Blowing Stone gins, and you've won all the stickers, all of the award stickers.
Yeah, medals for that. Yeah. Well, and the Blowing Stone that came out. That was like a bit of an interim gin for us because we designed this Hawkridge concept years ago. We've been it's very expensive to produce a custom bottle, and we just simply couldn't do that when we were so small. So while we were running that project, we decided to launch an interim gin, which was the Blowing Stone, and that was all based on the location and the history of the current distillery, which is on the site of the Battle of Ashdown was 871. So I don't know if you've still got a bottle of that there, Kate.
I have. In the back there. I'm going to get it out, actually.
All right. So we launched the Blowing Stone. We launched the London Dry initially, and we entered that into the World Gin Awards last year, and it won the best London Dry in the country. So it took the #1 spot out of hundreds and hundreds of other gins that were submitted. And again, the design on that was all designed around a Saxon drinking vessel. Then we had a screen print on it with Saxon hand-drawn art. The labels were all hand-drawn. And then all of the botanicals, obviously except for the juniper and the citrus, we wanted them to be reminiscent of botanicals that would have been available in the 9th century. Yeah. And we brought out 3 other flavour variants. We've got crabapple and ginger, we've got wild strawberry, and we've got nettle and blackberry as well in that range as 4. And I think you've got them all on Sip and Share, haven't you?
Yeah. And I remember when I think about Blowing Stone, because you talk a lot about foraging stuff locally, foraging all your berries and all that malarkey. So can I just say, I had forgotten how good this is because I've purposely not drank any since, yes, Bob, January. It is probably in fact, it is definitely one of the smoothest gins ever, isn't it? Like,
it is.
Is that the tea? What's the tea? Tell us a bit about this.
Well, the tea, I mean, yeah, we were a bit scratching our heads a bit on that because the tea, when people see that it's a botanical tea blend, we were a bit worried that they might think we put tea in it. We don't do that. What we do is in the creation process, we make a botanical tea with some certain strong botanicals. So we soak in alcohol, like things like lavender, black currant leaf, orange skins, and we let them soak for a couple of days, and we then strain them out before we put them into the still. So those botanicals don't go into the still, only the botanical tea goes in. All right. So then the reason we do that is that those botanicals are really strong, so we don't want them going through the 8-hour distillation process because they'll just overpower everything else that's in there. But what makes it so smooth is the oil content, because when we've distilled it, it's got so much oil in it, and we don't dilute with too much alcohol after distillation, so we retain maximum oil prior to distillation prior to dilution with water, and and that's why I don't know if you've got tonic in that you're drinking, because because of the oil content, you can really taste the gin through the tonic as well.
It's absolutely bloody gorgeous. I'd forgotten, and it is the fact that there's only this much left, and there was only 3 of us there.
Well, there's plenty more where that came from, Kate.
There is. So I also feel like with this, it doesn't need a garnish. I love a garnish. Very big fan of a garnish. Yeah. But it really just stands on its own. So how do you drink this one? And then tell us about the new thing that's coming.
Oh, yeah. I can talk about that.
What is in the range?
Well, with that one, I mean, I like it with a Fever Tree tonic or a London Essence tonic as well. It goes very nice with it. I love citrus tonics, and I think because it's got a nice citrus base already, they complement so well. But garnish wise, a sprig of tarragon or a sprig of rosemary and a slice of either blood orange or pink grapefruit, like a nice deep citrus slice, goes really well with it. So I'll
do that on my second. I've got some
rosemary. Get some rosemary, put a nice clean sprig of rosemary in there with a slice of pink grapefruit, and it is absolutely fantastic, because a lot of the enjoyment is on the nose, and when you've got that sitting in there as well, it really complements it.
My enjoyment is currently in the mouth, so that's all good. So Rachel has said, perfect timing, Rach. Can I ask how similar or different is it to the Craft Gin Club edition? So we said earlier before we came on, lots of members are members of different gin clubs and all this sort of stuff, and would have seen the pink. Have you got it with you? The pink bottle. So tell us a bit about that one and what's in that and what's different to my favourite colour, the teal.
Yeah. Okay. So the Craft Gin Club's gin was made. What we did, because it's a Valentine's variant, we decided that we would put more elements on this. So the blue gin doesn't have any jasmine in it for a start. And the floral load on the blue gin is a lot lower than the floral load on the what we call the aphrodisiac blend. So if that gets you excited, this one will really get you excited. But in terms of the other florals in it, we've got, I mean, rose, we put so much rose in it. It was, and we had to go through quite a lot of distillations to get it right. And the Craft Gin Club are very particular as well about the flavors and making sure it's right for their members. So we must have gone through about 6 distillations to get it just where it needed to be. So rose was a key botanical in creating that, but also lavender, and we even used some wild gorse petals that we put into the infusion basket as well. So it's so I think the floral tones that you get from that the red variety or the red London Dry they really stand out in comparison to the more sort of citrus and herby tones that you will get from the blue variant.
Yeah, I must admit, I don't get. This doesn't strike me as a floral gin.
No. There are some floral botanicals in it, but it's just they're not the predominant botanical.
So the Craft Gin Club edition, was that an exclusive for them, or are you selling it as well now, or is there a time period you've got to wait? Or
exactly, yeah, good question. It was an exclusive for them, and then they have a 3-month embargo on it. So because it was early February that they launched that, it's going to be early May before we can sell it ourselves. So I'm sure we'll get a bottle up to you that you can talk about on Sip and Share.
May time, okay. So from this. Is this a whole range then, the Victorian botanical?
Yeah, that is the plan. So we've got those two. Obviously, we're pushing the Victorian botanical blend first. That's the blue one. The aphrodisiac blend will be launched by us in May. Then the third one in the range isn't a gin at all. It's a vodka.
Okay.
So, and does vodka get onto your radar there?
It does get onto my radar. My husband's a bit of a vodka obsessive. In terms of volume of the range of Sip and Share and sales, I mean, they're all gin monsters, so there's a definite gin. But there is an increasing presence of vodka and interest in it as well as rum, if you can imagine. So tell us about the vodka, and have you got a bottle? Because it's a pretty bottle.
I've got a lot of bottles here. You can see they're all being bottled up now. But there's we're actually launching it today. We did a sort of pre-launch with existing customers,
right?
So they're buying it off our website now. You can go onto the website.
There you go. Yeah. Is it purpley?
So it's no, it's black. So it's black at the top, or it's like a dusky black. And it's a vignette to a clear bottle at the bottom. So it's a really beautiful thing. I don't know if the light does it any justice.
Yeah.
Same stopper as the other ones, and again that coin stopper is going to go into there. But it's double distilled. It's triple filtered, so we put it through 3 filters. On the second distillation, we've got honey in there as well, so it's smoothed off quite nicely with some local honey. And it is absolutely lovely. And it's vodka's all about mouthfeel, and it's a really smooth vodka. But obviously, it's just a great. You can drink it neat over ice, or you can use it with just as a base for lovely cocktails as well.
So, is this the first vodka you've ever done, or have you done anything in the blowing stuff?
We've done, because we do make gins for other companies as well. So we do a range of gins for Crips wedding venues. And we do a vodka for them too, but it's becoming increasingly interesting to our clients. So, but we just thought, because we've spent so long designing this beautiful bottle, and we wanted to keep expanding the Victorian range, we just wanted to bring that out quite early, and it was always part of the plan. So it takes a long time to get these bottles to the level of design that you need them. And it's just coincidence that you and I are talking today on the day that we start bottling it.
Like launch day. With these bottles then, so this might sound like a stupid question, but that's blue glass, right? That's not wrapped or anything, is it? That is
no, it's sprayed. It's they're all sprayed so that we get them clear, and then we have a decoration partner who is up in Yorkshire. And they spray the bottles. So we've actually got another one. So we don't know which flavour we're going to land on. So we've developed 2 additional flavours, and when we get the feedback from the Craft Gin Club members on which they prefer, that's the one that is going to go into the next gin bottle. So it's an opaque white bottle. So it looks like like the sort of porcelain sprayed white bottles.
Yeah.
It's the same shape as the Hawkridge bottles, but we're looking at either a blood orange or a Morello cherry, and we just thought we'd let the members decide which one we go for. So it might be interesting. It might be interesting to poll your members as well, and which would appeal most. I've certainly got my preference, but I'd rather wait until we hear from the target customers on what they want.
I'm going to guess your preference is Morello cherry. That's going to. I'm just guessing.
Really?
I think because it's mine. I think as well, and I think there's just an edge, just an interest, and it's not something you hear. Not that you hear blood orange all the time, right? But Rachel, who's a gin monster, cherry. I just think I'll be really interested to see. In fact, Donna, can you do a poll in the group, please? I know Donna's watching because she's messaging. And let's see, Morello cherry or blood orange. Yeah, I knew it.
I'd love to see the results of that.
Interesting to see what Craft Gin Club say. So when will you get the results of that? When will you know?
Tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning. Yeah, we've got the briefing session tomorrow. Yeah. That's good timing. So if we get yours and we get theirs, then we'll be able to make a definitive decision on that.
If you get a minute or you can remember, will you text me? I'll be so curious.
Yeah, of course I will.
What they say. So how are you thinking, before we let you go, because I know you've got to go and sort your kids, what are you thinking around vodka sales compared to gin? What are your, because
we have absolutely no idea. I mean, both categories are big categories, especially in the UK. But I mean, the initial pickup on the vodka. I mean, we've got about 1,000 registered clients on our website, and we mail shot them, and we've had a really good pickup just from the initial mail shots. So we've had a lot of pre-orders for it. So I don't know if that's just because they want to expand the range of the lovely bottles that they've got, or whether or not they actually drink vodka. But
collections of kits lined up very far.
Exactly. I mean that black bottle is particularly lovely. I don't know, we're hoping that the export markets for that are also going to be quite exciting for us. So we've got a few target foreign markets that we think will do well with it. I mean, time will tell. I don't know.
Right, well, I might be asking Donna if we can get on your case and have your vodka as well, add to the vodka collection, and then make some cocktails with your vodka.
Absolutely, yeah, you must do. Yeah.
Building my own Hawkridge distillery line.
I wish I brought the white one in here as well. I've not got the white one here to show you, but it's not labelled or anything yet, because obviously we don't know which liquid is going to go into it.
One that's going to be either cherry or blood orange.
Exactly.
I've got my fingers crossed for cherry, as everybody else seems to have on the chat as well. Right, well, good luck with the vodka. So you're bottling it tomorrow, and then out the door.
We started it today. It's we'll probably get 1,000 bottles done by the end of the week, and get rid of them as fast as we can.
Yeah, nice. All right, well, good luck with that. Good luck with the Craft Gin Club, and what their results are. We'll get a poll. We'll see.
We'll let you know, and then you can let your members know what we've gone for.
We will
as soon as we've decided. All right.
Right, go and read the rest of Rising Phoenix, whatever it was.
Order of the Phoenix. Thanks a lot, Kate. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. See you soon.
Bye.